when people are involved and can let us know certain things, that's when we reach out. And kind of speaking, bringing back when you mentioned taking almost 2 years to get CE courses approved. In the last few years, our board of massage has 7 members, should have 7 members for the last, how many years, Ian? 5, 6 years or so?
4 or 5 years at least.
Been running with 4 members. So no governor had appointed. We did not have a full board. In fact, a lot of the health boards here in Florida, nursing and I don't know if dentistry, acupuncture, a lot of the boards were underserved. So at last year's legislative session, Ian and I were talking to a couple of legislators and they said, what can we help you with? And we said, get our board full. Our people can't do the work they need to do. So part of that delay you may have had in getting those classes approved could have been because only one person was reviewing the classes.
I know TDLR, again, we were under Department of State Health Services. Now we're under TDLR. So I don't want to talk trash in my own state. Please don't contact me. But I think under the Department of State Health Services, we all know how big Texas is.
Right.
There was one inspector for the entire state.
Wow. Just for establishment inspections? Wow.
Ooh. So what do you think happened, like when you talk about human trafficking, like in El Paso?
Right.
It's like, I can drive, and I did this, I taught in Brownsville, so I'm in central Texas. I drove 8 hours south to Brownsville. I'm still in Texas, down at the very southern tip on the border. I'm like, there's no inspections going on down here.
Right.
Like, there's no way that one inspector. Now, I'm assuming that's changed under TDLR, but once you see the wiring under the board,
Right. Yeah. That's it's interesting how so are different. So I'm curious too. So you know that the interstate, what is it called? Interstate License Compact. That's kind of in the works. A number of groups are working on trying to get some license portability. That's a conversation that's going on among a number of different groups. And I know we've got a few people we're going to be talking with. And I think most people are in support of that portability, being able to go to other states like nurses do. In fact, I think our state right now is looking at a mental health professionals interstate compact. So it's good. I think the more healthcare professions we have that can look at traveling to other states and working, that would be interesting if we can get a fair amount of states to agree to that. That's especially for therapists that are in states where they're on the edge. Some of our panhandle therapists, they have opportunities to work in Alabama, or Georgia. So I know that's a big kind of on the horizon, and I think we're fairly well in favor of that going forward. But I don't know what else I would say would be in Florida right now that I think the biggest thing that I'm hearing or seeing is one of the things that we do is we have local meetings among our chapters. So we have 19 chapters throughout the state. The majority of chapters hold a monthly meeting where there's some announcements and a CE presentation. And we're still struggling to get a lot of that back online. For the same number of therapists that say, oh, I want to get together again. I really want to connect. I really want to see everybody. Even when that kind of goes along, only maybe half of those people show up. There's still people that are hesitating to get. So I think we're really at this strange kind of precipice where it's like, yeah, we want to, I don't know, I'm a little unsure. So there's still so much uncertainty with really getting together. I don't think we're going to see a lot of stuff. I hate to say return back to normal, but that is the term, really probably even till the end of the year.
Yeah. Students are asking me about in-person classes, and I'm trying to build the business so that I can have Danielle or Kristen or other students start teaching some of the basic classes so I can continue to grow. And I got a message from Abilene yesterday, and I have to do this all the time, even for Texas, and go, where's Abilene? I'm like, okay, it's west of Dallas. And I'm like, they're looking for training. Right. My target market is not Abilene. I love you if you're in Abilene, by the way, but it's like, I'm here. Well, yeah, I'm here in Austin. Like I don't, other than Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, big cities, I'm
Right.
like, I don't know what's going on in Abilene. I don't know what's going on in Lubbock, but you keep getting contacts, and there's a challenge, which is why I've leaned so heavily towards digital supplementation to, give them the basics in an in-person class and then continue to supplement online as much as possible to make it more accessible and available.